Okay, in today's video, we're going to be shooting the Legend Smoke Wagon. It's a CO2 6mm revolver. And will you please stop laughing? It's not a BB gun. It's not just like a BB gun. It shoots a 6mm projectile. A BB gun is 177. Okay, I don't know what the orange thing is for on the end of the barrel. Okay, does it bother you? Let me tell you something. These 6mm projectiles shoot through this gun, and it is powerful enough to put one of those clean through a cardboard target. You get me? You get me? Yeah? Okay. Better be quiet. Better be nice. I don't think it's nice you laughing. Okay. So, anyway, we're going to get into that. The differences between the Airsoft 6mm revolver and the Pietta Great Western II 38 caliber firearm. We're going to compare them. You're going to find that they're more similar than you might think. And after we're done with that, we're going to shoot the 4 threes out of my customized deck. And we're gonna shoot those on camera. We're gonna sign them, shoot them, and then put them up for sale. So we'll do that last. Okay, we're gonna show the similarities and differences between the CO2 Airsoft single action revolver that's not a firearm and the Great Western II single action revolver that is a firearm. And at first glance, you can see the geometry is very similar on the frame and in cylinder. The overall size is very, very, very similar. The overall look is very, very close. The leads and notches, you can see that in the cylinder on the Airsoft are very much like a single action arm. Actually, that looks a lot like a first gen Colt, whereas mine is more like a second gen Colt as far as the notch goes, and then the lead is a race lead. That's a custom lead. That's why those look significantly different. They would look much more like this in a gun that was completely stock. But the cylinder, the trigger guard, you know, the overall geometry is right there. Now, one of the big differences you'll notice right away is that when the hammer's down on the firearm, it's flush right there on the frame. And on the CO2 revolver, the hammer's up. That has to rest like that. And the reason why is because the gas comes out. And since this isn't a real gun, I'm going to dry fire it. See that? When the hammer moves forward, it triggers that gas. So if the hammer came to rest there, it would let all the gas out. That's why the hammer has to be up like that. Now, some other versions of these, that's not such a big gap, and it looks better. The more expensive ones. This particular revolver is only like $100. They have some expensive ones, and the gap is less. It looks better, but that's the only thing that really looks significantly different. Now, I will say the grip is bigger on this than a real single action Army Colt style, like the originals. This grip is shorter. It's actually hard to fit your whole hand on it if you have a full-size man hand. Your pinky kind of has to be over the end, but some guys grip it like this. So the CO2 is easier to get your whole hand on, especially if you have larger hands, you know. But I do see that being a little bit different than on the single action Army firearm. Now I'm going to show you how to load the real gun, the firearm. Put it on half cock, open the loading gate, drop in your cartridges, and the cowboy method is you load one, skip one, and then you load the rest of them. So you end up with 5, and the hammer rests on an empty chamber for added safety. Now, there's a lot of discussion about, see that hammer is, there's no, yeah, I don't know if the camera can see it, but the firing pin's right there, and it's resting on an empty chamber. And there's some argument about if this is necessary, or you just put it on the first safety notch like that. But if you want to be absolutely safe, you rest it on an empty chamber like that if you were to carry the gun. So that's the cowboy way of loading the 5. Now, and that's how they were in 1873. You know, the Ruger Vaqueros aren't like that, and the U-Birdies aren't like that. They have a transfer bar. Now, you can use the ejection rod. See that ejection rod coming out? You need that if you fired live rounds. They'll stick in there because the brass expands a little bit, and you need that ejection rod to pop them out. But because I didn't fire those, they'll just drop right out. So that's how you load the firearm single action revolver. Now, the airsoft is very similar. You open up the loading gate, you put it to half cock so that the cylinder freely turns, and then you have these cartridges that you put in. Now, what you do to load them is you load them with these 6mm projectiles. These are the ones I threatened to shoot little buddy with if he wouldn't shut his mouth. You load them in the back like this. And if you were to, you could do the cowboy load with this and just load 5, but this isn't a firearm, so it's not going to cause you serious injury if you were to accidentally shoot yourself, as long as it wasn't in the eye. So I'm going to load 6. So it's the same way. You put them in one at a time. It's very similar to the experience with the actual firearm. Okay. There you go. Okay, and when you unload it, put it on half cock, drop them out. Now, one thing that's nice about this, you don't actually have to unload these cartridges to reload them. I'm going to go ahead and fire one in a safe direction here to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I fired that one. And so it's gone now. I don't really have to pop the cartridge out like that. I can leave it in, and I can just grab another projectile and put it in there like that. See, now it's ready to go. Okay, so that is the similarities and differences between the single action Army revolver firearm and the single action Army airsoft non-firearm. They are a ton of fun to shoot. If you can't have the real firearm, I'd say it's the next best thing. Okay, I have my CO2 airsoft 6mm revolver loaded and ready to fire. You don't have to wear earplugs with this, but you should wear eye protection because these things can bounce, and always wear eye protection. Okay, I'm going to start off doing just seeing how it shoots for about 10 yards here. I'm gonna move up a little bit. Well, how much fun do you think it can be to shoot an airsoft 6mm revolver? Ah, missed one. All right, it's time to get serious. Better get 3 coffins ready. I don't think it's nice you laughing. Took a couple tries, but I got it done. Okay, now we're going to sign the 4 cards before we shoot them. Autograph them. Okay, let's go put one bullet hole. Let's go put 1 bullet hole each in those, and then we'll put them up for sale. Okay, I've got the 4 3s set up on the cardboard target to shoot, and I'm going to try to put 1 bullet hole in each card, and then we'll show you the close-up of where the bullet hole, where the bullets actually land. All right, that's one. Keep in mind, these are 38s this time. The first series we did was 45 Colt. This is 38 special. It looks like I got it right, went on the ground. Looking where the bullet hole is, it looks like dead center, slightly low. I'm trying to get him in the lower right quadrant if I can. So that one's a little left, a little high. Where did that one go? Oh, in the extreme, or did I miss it? Let me see. I just barely, I did nick the edge. I might put another one in that one. I nicked the left edge, or the right edge. That's a good one. I got a little bit of wind blowing me around too. Makes it a little bit harder than usual. All right, last card, the 3 of hearts. And that one's about perfect. All right, so let's zoom up on them. Let's see what they look like up close. We'll put that fallen card back to where it was. But this is 38 special, so you see the bullet is smaller than the 45 we did in the first round of card shooting. Okay, I was going for, make sure this can be seen here, yeah. Okay, so I was going for the lower right quadrant area, so that one's about perfect. That one's in that zone. That one on the edge, I didn't like that, so I went ahead and put another one in, and that one is perfect. I mean, that's exactly where I wanted it to go. So that is the second round of cards. They'll go up for sale with this video. And see, my idea is if I put it there, then I stay out of the signature and I stay out of most of the logo. Like I might get a little bit of it, but not too bad. There's that one. I nicked the shoulder. You know, as long as I don't get in the face, I'm happy. And there's that one. Okay, and since these are the lower numbers, they're not a face card or an ace or a joker, we're going to just mail these out in an envelope. These will be the lowest priced of the customized cards. Well, listen, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to my 6mm CO2 single action revolver shooting and comparing that to the Pieta Great Western 2 firearm single action revolver. Be sure and get your cards if you're interested in that. And we also have the stickers. They're not customized or shot or signed or anything, but we have the stickers if you can't afford the cards. And we might have some pins on there, some pins with the logo on by now. I don't know. We don't have them yet, but maybe by the time this video drops. So we're trying to have something in there for everybody's budget. Okay, here's a look at the merchandise we have for sale on this video. The 4 3s that I shot. You can see that it's a 38 caliber hole, smaller than the 45 I shot in the last video. Okay, so these are up for sale. They're one of a kind, identifiable, uncounterfeitable, in my opinion, and verifiable. I don't know if I said that or not already. Anyway, so those cards are for sale. They won't be in a glass case. They'll be mailed in an envelope. Those will be the lowest price tier of custom cards you can get. In addition to that, we recently got these little pins. You can pin them into a hat or on a jacket or something like that. You can pin them to anywhere with the logo on it. Those will be sold in an unlimited quantity. And then we had previously, I think I showed the 2-inch sticker. It's 2 inches on the width. Those are available. And we recently got the 3-inch. They're bigger. They're 3-inch on the width. And I will show those on an example of my water jug, my water canteen. What they look like. You can stick them on something like that or coffee cup. So that's the 2-inch and that's the 3-inch. And I got my Arizona Ghost Riders sticker, of course. I'm not selling those, but You can get those over at Arizona Ghost Riders. And my wife put the Bigfoot sticker on there just to mess with me. But anyway, that's the current merchandise for sale. And so thank you for checking that out.